So like, how do you have a movie to where like dang near every character is an antagonist? Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my Halloween Ends movie review. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. All right, guys, now we are at the end. We are at the conclusion of this trilogy that started in 2018, now with Halloween Ends. And I will say that my expectations for this movie was very, very low. Why was that? Well, I really didn't like the sequel, the second one that came out in 2021, Halloween Kills. Now, 2018's film, I wasn't in love with it. I thought it was a decent movie. I was a bit disappointed with the ending, with the conclusion, but I thought it was pretty decent, and pretty much everybody else out there thought the same thing. I got 79% from the critics, 71% from the audience score, and also it made a ton of money. The budget was only $10 million, and worldwide 255. But guys, Halloween Kills, I thought that was absolutely atrocious. I did not like that movie at all. Maybe only like 10 or 15 minutes out the whole movie. The rest of it was absolutely garbage. And mostly everybody thought that too. I mean, it got a 39% from the critics and 66% from the audience. And as far as money, it did not make as much money. It was double the budget and almost about half of the revenue worldwide. But just because a movie didn't make as much money does not mean that it has low quality. But liking the 2018 film, being really disappointed with the 2021 Halloween Kills, again, I was going into this film with very, very low expectations. Now, this is being directed by David Gordon Green. If you're not familiar with his work, he is responsible for this entire franchise. He wrote Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, and he also directed all of them as well. If we just scroll up a little bit more, he directed these films too. So this man is solely responsible of what we're getting on the big screen right here. So as you guys are watching this, let me know in the comment section what you thought about this trilogy, this franchise overall. But before I get into the nitty gritty, before I get into all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film is all about. The saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode comes to a spine-chilling climax in this final installment of this trilogy. And now, guys, let me talk about some of the things that I did like in this movie, the good parts. And the first thing is the way it opened, the way this film started within the first 5 or 10 minutes. They took a twist, they took an angle that I did not think that they were going to go. Usually with these slasher films, especially Halloween, it can be quite predictable. And not only with the first 5 or 10 minutes, the whole movie is unpredictable. They went in a direction I did not think that they would take in a million years, but especially the first 5 or 10 minutes was great. I really did enjoy that. Also, guys, the deaths in this movie, when we do get Michael Myers on the screen killing people, that is always enjoyable. It is pretty brutal. Some of the stuff, you're going to scream, you're going to gasp, you're going to go ooh, you're going to go ah. And so that is there when Michael Myers is on screen killing people. If you want to see that, I think you will get your money's worth. And the last thing that I liked about this movie is the last 10 or 15 minutes. I do like the way that this film concluded. Only if we could have got that same energy throughout the rest of the movie, I think we would have had a winner on our hands, but we don't. And unfortunately, now I have to transition over to the bad, the things that I really didn't care for, and that's pretty much everything else. First of all, let's talk about the characters, the supporting characters. Pretty much everybody went to high school, and if you're young and haven't been to high school yet, hopefully you will make it there one day. I'm pretty sure you will. And I just go to say that we've all experienced high school. We've all experienced jocks and bullies and the popular person and the popular woman and all of that. And we know how it works. We know the mechanics. We know all the ins and outs. And there are some high schoolers in this movie that are just caricatures. They are over exaggerations from the real thing. And when I look at this group of 4 high schoolers, I'm saying to myself, there is no way in the real world, in reality, that these 4 groups of people will be hanging out with each other. I just don't sense the energy. I just don't sense the vibe or the relationship that they was trying to portray on screen, it was completely unrealistic to me. It did not come across as genuine. It just came across as, okay, hey, we have to put some characters in the movie, have them be assholes, have them be jerks, just so they can be killed off, and there's no reason why you were remorse their death or anything like that. I did not like it, and it was very jarring to me, and I just want realistic characters that I can relate to or that I've known before in my prior life. And it's just also, guys, all of the supporting characters. I mean, whether it's somebody at a bar, at a club, at a restaurant, trying to hit on a woman, they're all over-exaggerated in caricatures. I do not see real human beings in life acting like this. I mean, you may have a once in a while one shot, but for the most part, it's just overdone and it does not come across realistic. You have certain characters, and they always have people in this movie making horror dumb decisions. And it's not just dumb decisions in a horror movie. These characters are making dumb decisions that they wouldn't make in any movie, in real life. Just randomly, no human being is just going to go wander around in a sewer trying to go chase somebody else. That's just, it's not that serious. And that may be a slight spoiler right there, but I'm watching this, I'm just like, nobody would do this. There's no reason for it. You're not going to gain anything. They're just forcing this plot into the film to make it work, and it's not working. It is failing miserably. And I also don't like what they tried to do with interpreting evil and trying to explain it or give it some new type of definition, making it seem like it's some type of infectious disease, like it's an STD. And if you breathe on somebody like we're in a pandemic, you're going to be turning evil too. I don't know where in the world they came up with this plot point, this story device, but it didn't work. It was silly. It was uneventful. It was embarrassing, and it should not have been in this film at all. And guys, this is kind of long and boring. This movie is 1 hour and 51 minutes. And like I said, the first 5 or 10 minutes was satisfying. And I was like, okay, I like where this is going. This is different. I'm on board. Let's get into this ride. But the film kept going on and on and on and on. And I'm like, wait a minute, where are we going with this? I'm kind of bored. What are we doing with the story? How is this going to develop? Why are we focusing so much on this Corey character, played by Rohan Campbell? I've never heard of this man before. This is the first time he's popped up on the scene for me. If you are familiar with his work, please let me know down in the comment section. But this guy right here has more screen time than Michael Myers and also Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis herself. And I don't understand why he is getting so much screen time. They're trying to use this character to help explain evil, and it's just not working. I don't want to see him. I want to see Laurie Strode. I want to see Michael Myers. I don't want to see this guy Corey that is a punk ass character. There's nothing that you're gonna like about him. He jumps back and forth, flopping around like a fish out of water. Sometimes he's happy, sometimes he's upset. They're trying to make you sympathize with him, but they're failing at that. I don't feel sorry for this character at all, and I think the writing as far as his character was concerned was absolutely atrocious. And also, guys, one of the biggest mistakes, one of the biggest sins in this movie is there's barely even any Michael Myers. I swear to God, he didn't show up until damn near like an hour into the movie, maybe 45 minutes, but I know I said to myself, okay, where is Michael Myers? I wanted to look at my watch and my phone, but you had to turn it off because of the light and stuff like that. But I'm sitting here like, damn, where is Michael Myers? When is he going to pop up? And then when he does pop up, it was whack. This is not the introduction that you want to give Michael Myers in this final movie. And guys, the way they even treated Michael Myers, I mean, he did get some kills. He did get some kills. And like I said earlier in the good part, it was nice. It was brutal and all that. You know, he was squabbing, especially at the end. But there was other points in this movie where they were showing Michael Myers. He was getting punked. Are you serious? And guys, I'm not like a horror junkie. I'm not even like a Michael Myers fan like that. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. If you are a Michael Myers fan, that's great. I'm happy that you're passionate about a character. More power to you. I love it. I love it. I love it. But even I was offended with the way they treated Michael Myers, and I'm not even a Michael Myers fan. I'm just sitting there like, this is how y'all doing Michael Myers? I'm looking like I'm talking to the director himself, like, this is how y'all doing Michael Myers? This is how you want to sign him off? This is how you want to bring him in at the end? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm just saying, I'm thinking like, why? How can you sit there and write something and be like, yes, this is universally what all the fans want. This is how they want this to conclude. I promise to God, if you would have released the script out to the general public before y'all started shooting on day one, you would have been a universal hell no across the galaxy of like, why would you treat Michael Myers this way? I just don't understand, guys, and I didn't like it. And while the Michael Myers deaths was cool, there was also some silly deaths where people are just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I hate stuff like that. I just want to see people reach their full potential when they're trying to survive and not die or reach their demise because of some goofy stuff. And let me just transition back over to some good, like I said in the beginning, the first 5 or 10 minutes and the last 10 or 15 minutes. As far as the rest of the characters, I did like Jamie Lee Curtis, and I also like Will Patton. Other than that, I did not like any other character in this movie, and unfortunately, Will Patton is barely in this movie. With the last 10 or 15 minutes being pretty good, in my opinion, that was a summation of what the entire movie should have been. And every character involved, just to summarize that up, we should have followed that story point. The last 10 to 15 minutes is satisfying. That is what you're signing up for this movie to go see. But everything in between was just a forced mess, and I damn near hated it. I really wanted to bring out the bleach in this one, guys. I did, but it wasn't that bad because I said I liked the first 10 minutes and also the last 10 or 15 minutes. But guys, this movie is not good, and my expectations was low. This was possibly the worst out the entire franchise. And again, the way they treated Michael Myers, in my opinion, was utterly ridiculous, and they should be embarrassed. Guys, I will give my rating for this at the very, very end out of 10. But for now, guys, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach my next milestone of 50,000 subscribers. But before I get to 50,000, guys, I have to get to 40. I'm right there at 39.7, guys. Come on, I'm right there. Help your boy out. And also, here's my Halloween fresh out of the theater reaction. It's probably no point of you watching that since you're watching this video now, but still, help me get to 40 and 50K. If you do, you're going to get movie reviews, spoiler movie reviews, and let me know, do y'all want me to do a spoiler movie review for this Halloween Ends? Let me know if it does well, and you guys let me know in the comment section. I probably will do one, but you're also going to get series reviews, a weekly movie news roundup show, interviews, Atlanta season 4, She-Hulk Disney Plus, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan season 2, and The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. I'm always talking about streaming television shows as well. But guys, again, if I had to rate Halloween Ends out of a 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 10. Yes, a 3.5 out of 10. I was going to give it a 4 out of 10, but I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.